You being a present father is completely useless by today's standards. Any man can be in a room, but not every man is in the room. There are 5 things that needs to be a part of every leader's arsenal. And here they are. They want you to accomplish what you said you're going to accomplish. Give them everything. Don't leave anything on the table. You have to become the man you always needed when you were growing up. Be that man that you never had to your children. Kids don't spell love, L-O-V-E. They spell love, T-I-M-E. You being a present father is completely useless by today's standards. Now, before you come at me, hear me out. You being present, you being at home, you just being in the room is not enough. You are required to engage. So we got past the era where men weren't around, didn't want to be around, they didn't want to engage, they didn't want anything to do with their families. Now we're in an era where men are present, but are they engaging? Just being present in the room doesn't make your kids feel like you're there. Being present without being involved doesn't make your wife feel like she's important to you. You have to engage. Any man can be in a room, but not every man is in the room. Involvement requires intentional action. Intentional action meaning that you are purposefully engaging. You are purposely playing a role. The role that you are required to play as the father, as the leader, as the husband. There are 5 things that needs to be a part of every leader's arsenal. Number 1, communication. You have to talk. You have to listen. You have to be able to explain yourself and expand on your perspectives of certain things. And a part of communication is listening. Listen to the people that are around you. Listen to what your family's saying. Listen to your team. Sometimes they see things that you don't see. Sometimes you have blind spots that you don't even know you have. And your team will help you get around those blind spots and have your back. Next is being intentional. Be purposeful about what you want to do with your family. Make plans, make real plans and stick to them. Come up with ideas, come up with financial plans if necessary. Come up with dates, come up with outings that your kids are looking forward to. Be intentional. When I say be intentional, it means do everything with purpose. You're doing it on purpose. Next would be discipline. Discipline means you are going to do the hard things. No matter how hard they get, you're going to still continue to be disciplined because it's for the greater good of the family. They are dependent on you to be disciplined. If you start falling apart, you start falling off, that means things get rougher for them. This is not what you want. You want to stay disciplined to the plan. If you make a plan, let's say to move out of state, do it. If you make a plan to move into a bigger house, do it. If you make a plan to take your family on vacation, do it. Be disciplined. If you make a plan to say, I'm losing weight, do it. They're watching what you do. They want to make sure that your word is your bond. They want to see you do these things. They want you to accomplish what you said you're going to accomplish. Next, you would have accountability. Here's how accountability plays a role here. Being accountable is you saying that I'm going to take responsibility for the part that I played in anything here that may have caused an issue. You being open and saying that was my fault. I could have done better. I could have handled that much better than I did. That is a part of you being a leader. This is what is necessary in your position as the man of the house. Finally, you have what's called respect. This is something that every man wants, but we don't know what it takes to get it. What does it take to get respect? Here's how you get respect as a man. You do what you say you're going to do. You accomplish what you say you're going to accomplish. You make a point and you stick to it. You hold other people as well as yourself accountable. You show people that when you decide to do something, you're going to do it. And when you say something needs to happen, they need to fall in line. When you say, this is what we're going to do, they need to trust you enough to follow that plan. And they trust you enough by you accomplishing and following through with things that you said you were going to do in the past. And now you have a track record of doing what you said you're going to do, and your family, in turn, respects your decision. This is how you build respect. It's not about going around slamming doors, flipping things over. It's not about being disrespectful. It's not about being aggressive. It's not about naming all your accolades and telling people that, oh, I accomplished this, I did that. Nobody cares about that. That's not how you gain respect. You gain respect by doing what you said you were going to do when you said you were going to do it, and do it to the fullest extent of your capabilities. You're doing it for the greater good of your family. Most men don't take any of those things serious at all because they were never taught how. They never saw it done. They never seen anybody accomplish any of that. They didn't have any examples. And what happens in that situation is some men are trying so hard to be the example, trying so hard not to be like their dads, that they are overcompensating and doing too much. They are taking the confidence away from their children. Here's the thing: give your kids time, space, opportunity to make mistakes. Your job is to create structure, and you do that by allowing these kids to make their own mistakes, but also what they have that you didn't have, they have a guide there from when they make those mistakes. Someone is there to help them correct. This is what we need to do as men. Be there to help our kids correct, not take over because we were lacking our dads. Here's another thing. Most men are waiting to feel ready. What are you waiting to feel ready for? You created a family. You created kids. You should be ready right now. Listen, you don't get a do-over here. They're here. You have to step up. You have to do the things that you never done. You have to do things that you have never seen done. You have to become the man you always needed when you were growing up. This is what your children need. Be that man that you never had to your children. Be that go-to guy. Be that vote of confidence. Be that supporter. You are important. You are necessary. You are required to be involved. A lot of us don't understand how important we are as dads, the role that we play as dads, the roles that we play as husbands. We are more important than they even know. Don't get me wrong, you can be the best dad, the best parent, period. And your kids may not turn out to be the best. You may have given them everything, but here's what I strive for. And this is part of self-development. This is what I think you should strive for. Let's give our children the best opportunity to be their best. What does that mean? Let us do everything possible, everything in our capabilities, to everything they need to make good decisions for their lives. Let's not leave anything on the table. Let's give them every single thing. Man, at the end of the day, you know you gave it your all. There was nothing else you could have given your kids, and you know for a fact that you did your job. This is what we're striving for. We aren't going to turn out perfect kids. None of us are. But we're going to give ourselves the opportunity to say later on, I did my best. And I gave them every single thing I had. If you can say that at the end of the day and wholeheartedly content with that you gave everything, this is all that is required of you. Give them everything. Don't leave anything on the table. And when I say give them everything, I don't mean give them material things. I don't mean take them everywhere they want to go. I don't mean buy them everything. What I mean is teach them respect. Teach them discipline. Teach them accountability. Teach them how to communicate. Teach them how to be intentional. The things that you have to learn. It doesn't stop with you. It's going to continue down the cycle. It's going to continue down the generations. So if you already one breaking the cycle, if you already one starting the era of the new generation, you have to master these things yourself. The communication, the accountability, the being intentional, the discipline, and the respect. You start with you. You be intentional about your self-development, and you let it trickle down to your family. I gave you 5 pillars of leadership that you need: communication, respect, discipline, accountability, and being intentional. One of those is your weakest point. Figure out which one it is, and you make it a point. You make it your duty to work on that one part first. Don't get me wrong, you have to work on all 5 of them, but you pick the one that you are weakest at, and you work on that part first. If it's lack of communication, if your communication is bad, if you blow up easily, you get frustrated easily, you don't know the right things to say, tell the people that you are talking to those things exactly. If it's your wife, you say, hey babe, I have an issue. You be open with it. You say, babe, I have an issue explaining things. I have an issue expressing my feelings. And the thing is, it's been like this my entire life, and I'm not making an excuse for it. What I'm telling you is, I would like you to help me get over that hump. Any woman, any wife that you are dealing with, if you come to them with that sense of vulnerability, they will be willing to help you if you have that type of relationship with them. Make it your point to get your partner involved. Don't try to keep it under the rug. If you're not capable of dealing with it yourself, it's not a bad thing, but you need to communicate that and ask them for help. If it's your kids, if you have a problem being involved with your kids, or communicating, asking them about their day, what's going on with their lives, helping them with homework, helping them deal with a problem they may be having with their friend, it's easy, it's simple. Go there and tell them stories about what you had going on in your past, when you had issue dealing with your friend, when you were struggling with homework. Tell them some of the stories of things you went through with your family. Be honest, be open with them. Tell them what's going on. Don't believe that these kids may be too young or they wouldn't understand. I guarantee you they would. They want to know these things about you. And what that does is it opens up a line of communication that these kids feel like, oh damn, dad is human. Dad went through some stuff in his life. Dad has some things going on. Maybe dad may know something, and here's what's going to happen. They're going to start asking you questions, and you're going to open up to them. And that will build the line of communication that you have been waiting for. Here's the real thing. Kids don't spell love, L-O-V-E. They spell love, T-I-M-E. Spend time with your kids. Let them ask you questions. Build a relationship with them. They want to hear, like I told you before, let them hear your stories. This is one of the most essential parts of being a parent. They want to hear your stories. I never realized that until I took the time out to tell my son some of my old stories, and he was so engaged. So now I know how to approach the situation. Tell them your stories. Don't keep them out of it. Let them be a part of it. So look, if you want to know what area you may be struggling the most, you may not be able to pick it out yourself. If you look down below in the description, I have what's called a scorecard link. Go down there, click that scorecard. Once you click that scorecard, take the scorecard quiz. See exactly what part of leadership are you lacking in. Once you do that, then you'll know exactly where you stand and what you need to work on.